Любою вільно, цілуй поволі, прощай швидко, або ніколи. Hey folks, welcome to my YouTube channel. What you saw here was glamorous female Ukraine soldiers trained to take on Russian army. Female Ukrainian soldiers are taking to the video sharing app TikTok to post glamorous pictures and videos of themselves in the bid to win the soft power propaganda war with Russia. Clips of Ukrainian women in Ukrainian military uniform dancing, fooling around in barracks, and even holding bullets have gone viral on social media, the Sun reports. As tensions between Russia and Ukraine remain strained, sharing candid videos and pictures of troops behind the scenes have become another front of a quasi-war. Yes, you can see it's getting more glamorous than ever. You say women still look good in military uniforms. Oh well, that's what they say. Typically, the videos featuring soldiers performing dances, but some also show women, female troops taking part and reassembling weapons or having fun in barracks. One TikTok video shows a group of women mining along to sing while dressed in military uniform with the Ukrainian flag and military insignia. The group appears to be outside a military barracks in Ukraine. Well, so on the same account, the young woman shares a series of pictures and short videos of herself and fellow recruits posing and carrying out military drills. The account has racked up almost 35,000 followers and nearly 600 likes. Now account features clips of three young female recruits in military fatigues posing another on maneuvers in the woods, pretending to spank each other in their barracks and sleeping in their quarters. The account also, with almost 5,000 followers and 52 likes, has the bio "girl with the camouflage heart" in reference to her military service. Well, you can definitely see a lot of that happening on social media, including on Instagram. Irina Grajsorska, who has more than 3,000 followers and 27 likes, says in her TikTok bio, "Ukraine above all." She shares a number of videos of herself singing and dancing while wearing her Ukrainian military uniform. A photo account belonging to a female soldier, Katyushka, features a number of glamorous videos of the recruit and her comrades in full fatigue, dancing sexily and on patrol in a full face of makeup. Her account has quickly grown to almost 30,000 followers and almost 5,000 likes. An Instagram account linked to one of the TikTok's page, including a picture of a female Ukrainian soldier holding bullets in her manicure hand next to a large gun. "This is love," the caption of the bullet picture reads. Such video and pictures appear to serve a soft power role for Ukraine and receive glowing praise in Ukraine media. Well, I guess it gets a bit glamorous, I reckon. Okay, a clip of Ukraine commando Alexandra Kulin dancing to Whitney Houston, Queen of the Night, recently went viral with comments praising the indestructibility of the Ukrainian spirit and expressing the belief that Ukraine will definitively win with that sort of attitude. It comes after Ukraine expanded military conscription to include all women fit for military service between the ages of 18 to 60 as the threats with Russia rose. Well, okay, well, looks like this government knows how to attract pretty recruits. The edict from Ukraine's Defense Ministry of Defense in December 2001 means that in event of a major war, this female reserve can be mobilized as part of the National Reserve to serve in a broad range of military specialties. This is not about conscription after reaching some age, as it for men, Ukraine PM Alexandra Ustiona said. And considering more than 122,000 Russian troops are at our borders, the decision seems logical, timely, and sensible. Speaking to Coffee or Die magazine, uh, Houston Over said, "This sends a powerful signal to Moscow that Ukrainians are ready to resist. Although we strive for induction of the contract army, in current situation, the decision to educate as many people as possible to hold arms and to be ready to serve seems to be a good one." As relations between Kiev and Moscow remains tense, British Foreign Secretary Liz Truss has visited Russia to warn of the sanction if Vladimir Putin's army doesn't stand down. In a frosty joint meeting with her Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov in Moscow, Putin's minister mocked the talks with Truss as like talking to a deaf person. On Monday, the UK's Defence Secretary Ben Wallace introduced Britain will send 350 extra troops to Poland over fears Russia could invade Ukraine any day. Today, a Ukrainian colonel showed off his new British supplied military equipment as he roared "God Save the Queen" in praise. As his troops tried out their new anti-tank rocket launchers, Lieutenant Colonel Ihor Bergozuk of Ukraine's 72 Brigade told the Sun, "God save the Queen, and thank you so much to Britain for giving us the NLAWS. We are so pleased with all the support from around the world, especially Britain. This has boosted morale and will make the Russians think. Anything that will help us to defend our country is very well received, and these missiles have changed the war for us. It means we can fight the Russians, and it doesn't matter how many of them are. And now we have a way to stopping their armor." Last week, Ukrainian civilians attended an open military training amid fears of imminent invasion. The picture of a Ukrainian woman, 59, in a headscarf holding a wooden gun during a military training exercise went viral early this month. Ukrainian officials and the West fear there could be an attack over the next month, with a flurry of cyber attacks and flashes of violence in the Donbass region. The Donbass region has been war since 2014 as Russian-backed separatists fight to break away from the Ukraine. Kiev and Moscow have been feuding over the past 8 years as Russia doesn't like the fact Ukraine is becoming closer to the West. Both former Soviet states used to be allies, but Ukraine's government now seeks to draw closer ties to the US, UK, Europe, potentially even joining NATO. Paranoid leader Vlad sees Kiev setting up for the defensive alliance as a direct threat to Russia. Ukraine's leaders have urged their people not to panic as the shadow of invasion looms, but they're not taking any chances. As reported in the German publication Bild, a foreign intelligence service has gathered details of Russia's post-war plans for Ukraine, which it says are currently being discussed in top Russian military circles. Even though Russia has not invaded Ukraine, preparation for this scenario have already underway. According to the report, the Russian army plans to encircle and besiege Ukraine's major cities after destroying the country's forces in the field. After this, the Secret Service sleeper cells already smuggle into Ukraine, as well as local politicians loyal to Vladimir Putin, would be activated in the towns, while Secret Service agents would penetrate into the cities. They would have the task of establishing pro-Russia leaderships in cities, which would then agree on their surrender and hand over to the Russian occupiers. According to the bill, Russian intelligence forces will next seize strategic facilities, eliminate threats, recruit those who are willing to cooperate, and establish new leadership in their conquered cities. This principle would have been used in all of Ukraine's key cities until all of them peacefully come under Russian control. Following the capture of Ukraine's cities, the report says Putin plans to set up a puppet parliament in the country's so-called People's Render. This would replace the Ukrainian parliament and declare it null and void. Security service sources state this People's Render will become a puppet legislature of Ukraine, with so-called representative previously selected by the Russian Secret Service. Out of this sham parliament will emerge a backup government which will rule the country according to Russia's will. According to the Secret Service, this gives the coup the appearance of democracy and legal protection. To push through such a plan would require massive propaganda efforts by Russian media in Ukraine and the West, while pro-Russian experts and politicians would be used to justify the invasion and take over Ukraine. Next would follow the darker stage of Putin's alleged plans, breaking of the ordinary Ukraine resistance by the puppet government. The report states that the government's role would be to declare a state of emergency and particularly threatening to implement the Russian plan to set up camps in which those Ukrainians who show themselves to become uncooperative will be sorted out. Camps for the detention of pro-Ukraine activists are allegedly already being planned, with lists drawn up for who will be locked up. Newly established pro-Russian secret services would then help with the terrorizing of the Ukrainian population to break the country's resistance, using the suppression of their pro-democracy movement in Belarus after 2020's stolen election as a potential model. It is alleged that Russia's security services and the FSB is currently training pro-Russian groups for deployment in Ukraine, and that Putin has tasked them with recruiting Ukrainian politicians and eliminating opponents of the Kremlin. The end goal of this invasion would be the calling of a nationwide referendum on absorbing Ukraine into Russia. According to the report, a full-scale invasion is currently the most likely scenario. Military expert Robert Lee from King's College London told Bild, Russia will probably have most of the armed forces it plans to deploy in a week and could then escalate the situation in the short term if it chooses. Russia's embassy has denied of such a plan to invade and take over Ukraine, branding the report as a strange mixture of speculation and rumors that the embassy fundamentally does not comment on. Anyway, what are your thoughts, people, about Ukraine and these sexy ladies in uniforms? What your thoughts are in the comment section. You like my content? Please consider subscribing to my channel. Hope you had a good day. See ya.